No matter how good a woman looks, somewhere someone is sick of dealing with her shit. No truer words have ever been spoken. And I know that statement is true. I know it's true because, like most of the men out there, I experienced that. I remember back in the day, a long time ago, I used to date this woman, and oh, she was fine. She was put together. Beautiful face, nice body. She had a nice slim waist, but a round booty. Nice. We would go shopping. We go like out grocery shopping. I would leave her in one aisle to go get some items. Come back, not even 2 minutes. There'd be, some other brother trying to kick game to her. You know, that's how good she looked. But man, she was the biggest pain in the ass to deal with. All kinds of bullshit. Just selfish. Just, just, just a difficult person to deal with altogether. And after a while, it didn't matter that she looked so good. It didn't matter that she had a nice, round, firm booty. None of that shit mattered. I just wanted to get the hell away from her. In fact, if I could go back to the supermarket, I would have told the guy, hey man, you want her? You can have her. Deal with it. Good luck. Have fun. So I ended up walking away from that after being with the girl like damn near, probably damn near a year. But you get tired of dealing with the bullshit. You know. And then as you get older, like I am, it's like you have less patience for dealing with bullshit. Life is harder. Shit ain't as simple as it used to be when you were younger. Things are more complex, so there's really no room on your plate to deal with a woman and a lot of her bullshit. In fact, if I were to classify my current states in regard to dating, dealing with women, and dealing with bullshit, I would have to say I'm burnt out. I mean, burnt the fuck out. And it is my fault that I got to this point because, I don't think you should let it burn you out. But really, I'm at the point where, hey, I would rather stay home and beat off than deal with some silly ass woman and her bullshit. I got two good hands. All I need is some Kleenex and some lotion and some porn, and I'm good to go. You know, I'm good to go. But, why do we do this as men? Why do we get involved with women? Well, that's an obvious question. Why do we get involved? Well, why do we get involved with women that tend to turn out to be a lot of headaches to deal with, or they bring a lot of bullshit? And why do we stay with these women over time? Why do we get together? Why do we date in the first place and go out there and try and meet people? Well, and this is only in my opinion. We want companionship. There are women out there that believe that all men want is sex. All they care about is sex. That's not true. Not all men. There are men out there that, yeah, they just want to hit it, or they just like the challenge, and they want to sleep with as many women as they can for whatever reason. And, hopefully for their case and for everyone else's, that's just a stage that they're going through. But there are men like that out there. And then you have other men that, they want to enjoy life. And they want to enjoy life with someone, by their side. They want to go places. They want to do things. And they want that woman there with them. It's a natural thing. It's something that I believe is, in our being. We want that companionship. And also, we want sex. We want that person that, we can do all those things and have sex with. We are sexual beings. So we want to explore that sexuality with someone that, hey, this is my girl, this is my companion, we have sex. So we go into relationships, we go into the potential of being with someone, with that being the goal. We want to get to the point where we're comfortable with this person, where they're a good companion, and where, we can have sex, on the regular. But so many times we get into these situations and usually it starts off good, Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a 3 month grace period. Most of us, it's less than 3 months. And then after that, it's just like a spiral downward. There's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of nonsense. You know, give you an example. Another example I had, and this one, I would say, you know, probably about 4 years ago, I met you know, met this girl. Now, this was an interesting case. And this one I probably wrote out a little too long. Once again, like like the first woman I dated so long ago, that was such a pain in the ass, you know. But this girl she was divorced. She had one son. And, at first it seemed like it was a good thing because she was so close to where I live, you know. And she had a job where she, still has a job as far as I know, where she lives. She lives in the area. She works a distance away because where I am, you have to travel to really get to the good jobs. So she worked in the city, and me, I work in another state. So we both kind of did the commute thing, and then the weekends came, and it's kind of like your time you want to relax. So it was good, we liked a lot of the same things, enjoyed good food, we, like watching movies. We both like, love wine. So we would get together, we'd watch a movie, either I would make a meal or she would make a meal, we'd cook, watch a movie, drink wine. So companionship was great in the beginning. And I remember the first couple of weeks that I met this girl and I started to get to know her, and I was thinking to myself, man, what the hell was wrong with this girl's ex-husband? Why would you walk away from such a girl that's so sweet and so, so good to be around, a person that's such a good companion? Then only after a few more weeks, and notice I said a few weeks, not a few months, I was like, fuck! Which direction did her ex run in? Because maybe I can beat him to his destination. Oh my goodness. I don't know how anybody could. I honestly didn't know how long. I think, I don't know if she was with her ex for like 7 years or whatever, how long they were together. I don't know how that guy lasted that long. All this woman did was nothing but complain, criticize, and critique. The three C's all together. When you're around her, she would just look for faults. That's all she did. So while you're there trying to enjoy the time together, trying to enjoy the movie, trying to enjoy the dinner, you would hear shit like, "You eat too fast. Why don't you slow down and enjoy the food?" Or, "Why is your cologne so strong? Why don't you wear something that's a little lighter?" Or, "Why did you take this route? The other route is much faster." Man, shit. She even complained about, how you wash and you dry your clothes, you use the dryer sheets to, keep the static clean. She complained about that because she can, pick up the scent on the clothes. Who the fuck complains about that shit? But this is what the fuck I dealt with all the time, and that's all you'd hear. And it's like and what happens if you're a dumbass, like I was back then? You start changing, or you start kind of contorting your way, really, so you don't hear all the shit, and it doesn't help the situation, So again, the companionship is gone, and then in the case for her, the sex, that became a problem, and that was actually, well, it wasn't the best, but you got bad companionship. And you got bullshit when as far as when it comes to sex, or either sex is not good, or either she tries to make you jump through all kinds of hoops to get it. So, altogether it's bullshit. Altogether, the companionship goes out the door, which is the first reason you want to be with this person. So that's shot, because she's a horrible companion. And then the sex is horrible, or there's so much politics involved in getting the sex that it's not even pleasurable when you get it anymore. because all these freaking hoops you gotta jump through. So that's shot too. So then you gotta ask yourself, well, what the fuck is the reason that you stay with this girl now? You know, I know what my mistake was. I stayed with her because I thought about those, in the beginning, and even as short as it was, that's how great it was, back then when we first met. And the hope that it was somehow miraculously returned to that some way. If I endured, if I put up with, a little more, if I dealt with this and that, if I changed a little, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. It doesn't get better. And I think a lot of people, both men and women, when they're in bad relationship, I think we have a tendency of looking at the times when it was great, when it was good, and just enduring to get back to that, or we just reach a certain level of comfort with that person so we don't step outside of that shit. But honestly, and this is my observation, the problem with dealing with most women in the Western world today's age is that they make horrible companions. They're always ready to scrutinize and critique every single thing you do. And then a lot of them are just like really selfish and narcissistic. They can't see past self. So they don't see you and your needs and what you're trying to do or whatnot. They don't give a shit about any of that. Also, they really know how to fuck up a good time. You can have like the best plans to go out and do something. She'll find a way to fuck it up. Whether it's the constant complaining, you know, I mean, I remember one time going to a concert with this girl, and it was probably the worst experience I've had with anyone ever. You know, it's like, what's the purpose? So I got to the point, when that ended, I was like, you know what, man, I'm done with this shit. I got my two hands. I got my two hands. I got a left hand and a right hand. They're both good. I'll use that, get some porn, get Kleenex, and get some lotion, and that's my sexual thing. That's my sex right there. Don't have to deal with no one's bullshit. Don't have to hear nobody's critiquing. Don't have to worry about anybody fucking up a good time for me. And that's fine. Now, as far as companionship, I got a cat. I got an animal. That cat follows me around like my shadow. If I'm watching a movie, on the weekend, she'll jump up on the couch next to me and, go and lay in my lap as I'm watching the movie. That's my companionship. So there's no reason in this day and age that you gotta deal with any woman and her bullshit, And there are a lot of guys that I know that are in my boat, who are in my boat right now. You're with some woman and she's putting you through all kinds of shit. And the thing is, it's wearing you down. 'Cause not all women are like that. There are good women in the world, and I've been fortunate now, at my age, haven't gone through all that stuff to actually meet someone who's good, who's pleasurable to be around. And, the thing that you brothers, you young brothers, are, you're going through the ringer with whatever woman you're at, that shit burns you out. It burns you out. And you don't want to get to a point where you're too burnt out that if you do meet someone that's decent, that you can't give them the best of yourself. So, something to think about, man. It just doesn't pay to stay with a woman who, brings all this shit, I mean, title of the video, man, aren't you sick of her shit yet? There are other options, Don't let it burn you out, man. Alright. Anyway, that's my video. Please subscribe, comment, rate. Share your thoughts with me. Have you guys, are there any guys out there, any viewers who are currently going through that shit with a woman where she's putting you through all kinds of bullshit, or you're enduring? Why are you sticking with her? Why are you putting yourself through the shit? Why are you really wasting time and wasting energy behind this woman? Talk to me. Hit me up. Please subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook. And stay tuned because I will be making many more videos. This is Devlin, signing off.